Hello friends, this video on Ray Optics Part 20 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till Part 19 before going ahead with Part 20. We will now look at refraction through a parallel-sided glass slab. So let us look at this refraction which happens through a parallel-sided glass slab. So in this case, what is happening? First, the medium is air. That means it is crossing three mediums. The first medium is air, the second medium is glass, and the third medium is air again. So that means the refractive index of glass is greater than the refractive index of air. So this is a rarer medium, this is a denser medium, and this is a rarer medium again. So what is happening? This is my incident ray. It hits this boundary. That means it is entering from a rarer medium to a denser medium. So what will happen? It will bend towards the normal. Which is the normal? This dotted line is the normal. So it bends towards the normal. So this is the angle of refraction. So again it hits this boundary and again it goes out. So refraction again takes place, but this time it is going from denser medium to rarer medium. So it will go away from the normal. So this is the angle of refraction. So in this case, the angle of refraction is greater than the angle of incidence, right? So what do we see? This is the incident ray which is entering, and this is the emergent ray which is going out. So we call this ray as the emergent ray because this ray emerges out of the glass slab after experiencing refraction, and this is my incident ray, and this ray is the refracted ray, right? So what do we see? This emergent ray comes out like this. Now the incident ray, had the incident ray been there, it would have come out somewhat like this, but because of refraction the ray came out from here. So there is a shift, there is a net shift of the incident ray from the of the emergent ray from the incident ray. So this shift is known as lateral shift. So this lateral shift takes place on account of refraction. So because of refraction, it often happens that we fail to see the actual position of an object. For example, let us suppose there is a person on a boat and he is a fisherman. He wants to catch a fish. So when he sees the fish inside water, the position which he sees is not the actual position of the fish. That's because there is a shift between the actual position and the position which he sees. So that is known as actual and apparent. So we will talk about this actual depth and apparent depth in one of the next slides. But for now, you should know that when a ray of light passes through multiple mediums and experiences refraction multiple number of times, there is a lateral shift between the emergent ray which finally comes out with respect to the incident ray. So in this case, if you are observing the ray which is coming out, right, the ray which you are observing is the emergent ray and not the incident ray. This is the point to be noted because incident ray had got already refracted. So the ray which is coming out is the emergent ray. Okay, so now in this, and also another important point to be noted here is that in this case we can say that the refractive index of medium 3 with respect to medium 1, what is it? It can be written as refractive index of medium 3 by refractive index of medium 1. This can be written as refractive index of medium 3 by medium 2 into refractive index of medium 2 by medium 1. So this can be written as N32 into N21. So that means refractive index of 3 with respect to 1 is equal to the refractive index of 3 with respect to 2 multiplied by the refractive index of 2 with respect to 1. These are some of the small things which you should keep in your mind as they will be helpful while solving problems. So I hope you have understood the phenomenon of refraction. There is nothing much to discuss in great detail about refraction. It is just a simple phenomenon which takes place when light enters from one medium to another. So now how the bending will take place, that is determined by the refractive index of the medium. Now, if the depending upon the refractive index, we say whether the medium is optically denser or optically rarer. So, if the ray enters from a rarer to denser medium, it bends towards the normal, and if it enters from a denser to a rarer medium, it bends away from the normal. So, these 2-3 things are the important things, or these 2-3 things make up the entire phenomenon of refraction. So, if you know these 3-4 things, you know refraction, right? So now we will go ahead and look at some of the natural phenomenon around us which is governed by refraction of light. The first one talks about advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. What is that? As I mentioned in the previous slide, that due to this phenomenon of refraction, it often happens that the position which we view is not the actual position. It is an apparent position. Because of refraction, there is a slight lateral shift, because of which the position which we view is not the actual position. The same thing happens because of which there is an advanced sunrise. That means even before the actual sunrise takes place, we are able to see the sun. That is because we are somewhere here. If you look at this diagram, it will become clearer to you. Let us suppose you are here. This is you, right? You are on the surface of the earth. Okay. And now this is the sun and this is the horizon, right? So now when actually the sun is here, that means the sunrise has not taken place yet. So the sun is actually here. But when the ray coming from the sun actually reaches us, it passes through different layers. It passes through this entire thing, so many layers of atmosphere. This is the atmosphere. The dotted line shows the atmosphere. So when it passes through the different layers of atmosphere, they are all different medium with different refractive indices. So it suffers refraction. So because of this refraction, there is certain amount of bending of light. So the light which reaches the eye of the observer, when that light, see, if you see, it is not a straight line. So it got bent and it reached the eye of the observer, and as a result, the observer viewed the object to be here. So actually object was here, but the observer viewed it here. So according to the observer, the sun is here. That means the observer thinks the sunrise has already taken place, but actually the sunrise has not yet taken place. So this is known as advanced sunrise. That means to see the sunrise even before it has actually taken place. So the observer has seen the sunrise in advance. This is because of refraction. Similarly, there is a delayed sunset. During sunset, the actual position of the sun is here. But again, here this ray then goes and it bends while it reaches the eye of the observer. So that ray, the bent ray, when taken into consideration, because for example, whatever ray reaches our eye, we will look in that line of sight. So the line of sight for that observer, when this light bends in this way, so when the observer sees, he could see the sun to be here. That means even though the sun set has already taken place, the sun had already set, but even then we can see the sun, because in that case also the same thing happens here. That even though the sun is still there, even though the sunset has already taken place, but we can still see the sun here, right? So even when the sun is below the horizon line, because of the phenomenon of refraction, we see the sun as above the horizon line, right? Now, when we discuss a phenomenon, when we discuss the real depth and apparent depth scenarios, things will become clearer to you. Another phenomenon or another natural phenomenon which takes place is the twinkling of the stars. Since childhood, we have been listening to the poem Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Stars, right? So what do you think? Do the stars really twinkle? Do they, is there some switch which switches it on and off, and so on? Actually, nothing like that happens. Any star is, even the sun which we see every day is a star, right? So other stars are also the same as sun. So they have a light of their own. So they always have that light. But why we see them as twinkling is that when that light reaches, by the time the light reaches our eye, it passes through the various layers of the atmosphere, which you can see here. If you see here, this is how it passes through different layers of the atmosphere and then reaches our eye. So if we are standing here, right? So at one point of time, the star appears to be here. If you look at this figure, so the location, I mean, sometimes it appears here, sometimes it appears there. It happens something like this. Sometimes I see the star to be here, sometimes I see it here, again I see it here, again I see it here, and so on and so forth. So if you see one object at two different places at a very frequent interval of time, then you feel that that object is twinkling, right? You try it on your own. Let us suppose you take take two small balls, one red ball and one green ball. You place both the balls very close to each other. You ask somebody to hold the two balls, and then you keep moving the two balls. I mean, at once you have this red ball, and then again you have this green ball, again this red ball, again this green ball. So if you keep changing the position, if you alternately at one time you see one ball, then you will see that you will feel as if that one particular point is becoming red, then the same point is becoming green again. Again, the same point is becoming red, and the same point is becoming green again. But actually that is not happening. It is like, because the position is changing. So here also the same thing happened. The star is there, the light is there, just that the position of the star is keep on changing. And because of this frequent change in position of the star, we feel that the star is twinkling. So this twinkling of star is also a phenomenon of refraction of light. So basically in refraction, what happens, since the rays of light bends, so when it reaches our eye, we observe in that sight, that line of sight. For example, if you look at the previous example, so if you look at this example, in this case, the ray which reaches our eye is this ray, right? That is the emergent ray. So when we view some object, we will view it along this line. We will not view it along this incident ray. So for us, the incident ray is coming in this way. We will not say that the incident ray is coming from here, because the ray which reaches our eye, we will see straight along that path. So we will see the object in that path. So that means if some object was there at this position, if a ball was lying here, when we will see this, we will see it here. Right? So that shift will always take place due to the phenomenon of refraction. And because of this lateral shift, because of this shift in the position of an object, we often do not see the actual position of an object in case of refraction. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.